Thank you, Todd. And ESPN's Friday Night Fights is brought to you by Corona Extra, coming to you live from the Pala Resort and Casino, nestled in the Palomar Mountains just outside of San Diego. And our main event, well, it almost didn't happen because Marvin Quintero had a lot of issues with his visa, but he's here. And the tail of the tape says that he's 5 years younger. He's coming off a 17-month layoff since his defeat against IBF lightweight titleist Meek III. Across the ring, a man who's not used to going the distance. 4 straight knockout wins under new trainer Rudy Hernandez, and this will be a 7th bout in California. 5 knockouts in 6 of those victories. They call him the Mongoose. He is Rustam Nugaev. Always kind enough to join us for Teddy's fight
real
plan.
Gentleman, real gentleman.
He is Rustam Mongoose Nugaev.
Pat Russell's the 3rd man in the ring with the instructions.
Right, there's the line right there. There's the line right there. 10 rounds. Touch him up. Good luck. Buena suerte. Come out the bell.
Second round, Rustam Nugaev. Of any consolation for Nugaev, then we'll see how much that has to do or is in play tonight.
I don't know if it's for consolation for Nugaev, but it's a bad omen. It's dark clouds, storm clouds for Quintero, that's for sure.
Rudy Hernandez was telling me that he kept his fighter, Rustam Nugaev, concentrated. He said, don't worry about the visa issues. Don't worry about your opponent. Just worry about being ready, and we'll find out soon enough.
The problem with Quintero is, you know, he doesn't stack up, as I said in the fight plan. Doesn't have the cards, doesn't have the hand. You know, doesn't have the power, the physical strength, the wherewithal that Nugaev has. Quintero's going to have to use those legs, and he's not perfect using them. When he gets out, sometimes he does it from a little too close. He can get caught if Nugaev goes with him. The best shot for Quintero, if he's going to have any chance to win this fight, and I think he's going to get dominated tonight, or he has a chance to be dominated. But if he's going to make it interesting, which is always possible, and make it competitive, which is what he needs to do, well, then he's going to have to win the early rounds. Because Nugaev, that kind of fighter, that kind of style, takes a while to get the engine going. You know, takes a few rounds to really get warmed up. So really imperative for Quintero, if he's going to be competitive here, he's got to win the early rounds while Nugaev is warming up. Because once Nugaev gets going, it could be tough for Quintero.
Big rivalry also when we talk about college basketball. One of the greatest rivalries in sports headlines Saturday's college basketball doubleheader. First at 6, the Wolverines host conference foe Indiana. Then at 9, it's part 2 of North Carolina Duke. Saturday's primetime presented by DirecTV. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. You can watch us on Watch ESPN as well, in case you're not home. Nice combination punching there from Rustam Nugaev, going to the body. That's one of his favorite punches, the left hook to the liver, and he delivers twice.
Well, he didn't deliver it accurately, believe me, because if he did, Quintero wouldn't be standing there.
He didn't do a Golovkin,
acting
right?
the way that he's acting right now. That's when you know that the left hook to the liver is landing, when the guy is quivering on the floor.
When his legs are paralyzed and he can't move.
That's the movement, Quintero. And Quintero can move. Right now he can move. He's not paralyzed yet. And he's got to move. He can't stand on those ropes. Got to use those legs like that. Get off, get out. Get out of dodge. And turn. Step and turn the way he's doing right now with Nugaev. Not a bad round to start for Quintero, the underdog. Not bad at all.
Oh, Quintero's got
Things about Rudy Hernandez, terrific trainer, does a terrific job with his fighters. And
Watch your feet.
he was the brother of a very good friend of mine and all of us here, and a colleague of ours, Gennaro Hernandez, the late, great Gennaro Hernandez, former world champion. Rudy Hernandez is representing his brother very well.
Yes, he is a great former world champion. Lightweight.
He's not showing it, but a year and 4 months since he was last in the ring. I thought that would hurt him, but it's being negated. It's funny how things can be evened up. That should hurt him. That should cost him early rounds, but it's not, because Nugaev's a slow starter. That's why it's not hurting him right now.
Nice Nice left hook there by Quintero, who lands a crisp uppercut.
Quintero cannot be on the ropes, cannot stay. He stays on the ropes, he won't be around too long. I don't think. It'll be a matter of time before Nugaev lands something with the left hook, either to the chin or to the body. You know, I'm going to say something that I think, at least, is very interesting, that I don't think anyone probably going to look at this angle. But everyone knows that Quintero's coming in here with a lot of problems. We know that he was affected by yesterday and today at the border, you know, not able to get here, had to weigh in late today. Everyone knows that. But nobody's thinking about how that affected Nugaev. Nugaev had to weigh in today, too. And Nugaev coming in heavier than he's ever been in his career. Ever in his career. Matter of fact, 6 pounds more than he was the last time he was in the ring 3 months ago. So Nugaev, heavier, maybe a little sluggish. He's been affected by all this stuff with Quintero. Not just Quintero.
He was ready to make 135 yesterday. They were both weighed in earlier today, and Quintero already landed a nice uppercut on Nugaev. So maybe Quintero's coming in to see what he can do in the early rounds, knowing that Nugaev's a slow starter, trying to make something of it. Nice 1-2 combination. Nugaev makes no secret that he's a stalker who likes to break his opponents down, working the body first.
But again, Nugaev coming in the heaviest weight of his career. Now, having said that, also Quintero is too. But Nugaev, he's the favorite. He's the guy who's supposed to be dominating. He's starting to look, at least here, like a sluggish guy. Like all this stuff at the border, all the delay here, it has hurt Nugaev. And right now, Quintero taking good advantage of it.
Action here on Friday Night Fights. Meanwhile, Rustam Nugaev recovered in that mid from Quintero.
Here's something nobody expected. 2-0 Quintero, at least on my scorecard. Using those legs, keeping Nugaev, the guy who always comes forward, always looking to get in, keeping more balance, not allowing them to get in. Look, there's weaknesses with Nugaev. I'll tell you 2 of them right now why he's losing these rounds. He's not jabbing on his way in, not putting bugs on the windshield, not making Quintero defensive-minded, letting Quintero pot shot him on the way in. Also, look at Nugaev, look at his legs. I'm sure our director in there is going to zoom in there on the legs. Look at Quintero, look at Nugaev when he gets in close. Watch, look at that. His legs are square. When you get square like that, you can't adjust to a man moving. You got to turn around your whole body. You lose time, and you give a lot of surface to the man thrown at you, to Quintero.
Watch your hands.
Look at those square legs. Again, a lot of bad fundamental habits by Nugaev. What's the best thing about Nugaev, Bernardo?
The best thing is that he's got pop.
The best thing about him, I don't think he's a great puncher, to be honest, but he punches to the body well, but he's relentless. He's accumulative. He never stops. And he's a tough son of a gun with a real nasty attitude that he gets after you. But right now, he's not being allowed to use that attitude, being kept off balance by Quintero.
Smart by Quintero using his movement. The sparring at Maywood Gym for Nugaev against Carlos Molina, the Olympian, and Brandon Adams really not coming to light here because he expected a brawler in Quintero, and Quintero is using his legs, so he's flipping the script on Rustam Nugaev, who continues to come forward. But he gets tagged with those crisp, short hooks by Marvin Quintero.
See, again, Nugaev, square legs. Look at those legs. To box circles around them. Kind of like Pacquiao did with De La Hoya years ago. That's what he's doing. He's doing it with the bigger man. He's keeping him off balance. It means nothing to be the bigger man if the smaller man doesn't let you be the bigger man.
Round 3 coming to an end here in our main event on Friday Night Fights. Time to take a look at tonight's foolproof punch of the night. You always said from the beginning you're going to find the silver lining, Teddy, and you've done that all night. Got to give you that. Man of his word.
I try to be. Thank you. But right now, a man of his ways, a man of his habits. Nugaev coming in, marching forward. You know, you see it. He's not a huge puncher with one punch by any means, Nugaev, but he's an accumulative guy that really touches you a lot, puts it on you a lot, but he can't touch you a lot if the other guy's moving on him, keeping him off balance. And I'm going to say it again.
Arriba, punches out. Rustam, punches out.
Everyone, including me, thought that Quintero would be the most affected by what went on with him not getting his visa, not getting across the border, having to weigh in today. I think Nugaev was affected the most. Again,
punches
6
out.
pounds more than he was 3 months ago, and he's come
Hold
in
that
and
head, there you
having
go.
his career. I think he's a little sluggish.
At the end of the day, Quintero knew that there was nothing he could do. Whether he got the visa or not was outside of his hands, so he kept himself in shape, and so far so good through 4 rounds using good combinations, but then he gets himself in bad spots where Rustam Nugaev attempts to tee off. Nice uppercuts by Marvin Quintero, and then a left cross.
Right now, Nugaev's got nothing to complain about if he loses. It'd be a big upset. And I tell you right now, put the upset alert out there. Call your friends up. Upset alert. You know, get on the red lines. Get on the hotlines because stuff's coming. But as I was saying, if Nugaev does lose, does get upset, he can't complain he didn't get what he wanted. He's getting this guy, Quintero, the smaller man, right in front of him. He's just not getting the job done completely. Not yet. Not yet.
And Quintero's got 21 of his 25 wins by knockout, so he's obviously relentless as well, and way of stoppage, so he's not a light puncher. He knows what he's doing in there, and we have to take into account Nugaev is not
Shavers talking about all his knockouts. Look at who he's been knocking out. He hasn't been knocking out guys that are of the pedigree, of the chin, of the ability, of the toughness of Nugaev. So that's very, very misleading.
We shall see as round 4 comes to an end. The fight is scheduled for 10. Nugaev and Quintero.
Time.
Legs of Nugaev giving him a problem. Look at them. They're wide, they're square, and the uppercut can get in there. There's a lot of surface to land. And also I talked about the legs of Quintero. How he can step and turn, get in, get out, keep Nugaev off balance a little bit. And now this fight is over. They're talking about a hand. Quintero, I think the referee, a very good referee, Pat Russell, came over to me and said Quintero is saying that he hurt his hand. But not the most important hand. I got to be honest with you. For a southpaw, the most important hand is the lead hand, the right hand. The hand that you use 90. I'm sure we're going to hear that he broke his hand. But nobody knows the extent of that injury.
At exactly the end of the round, as I mentioned before, there was a certain reaction from Marvin Quintero after he throws a punch. There it is. He lands the left, and then he comes away. He landed it on the forehead, Ted.
Right on the chin of Nugaev. We'll see it again. Here it is. Oh, no, on the forehead. You're right. On the forehead. Absolutely right, Bernardo. I was wrong. You were right. On the forehead. And, of course, the forehead, extent. But what we do know is that he didn't think he could continue. This fight's over.
Well, there you see the ice on the left hand of Marvin Quintero. He'll obviously get it looked at. But let's go now to Mark Lichtenfeld with the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the 4th round, the referee stops this contest on the advice of the ringside physician due to a broken hand. Your winner by technical knockout, Rustam Nugaev.
Winner by technical knockout, Rustam Nugaev. Now 6-fight winning streak, 5 before the final bell. We'll be right back.